Picture this for a second. You walk into your living room, and there, sitting in the corner chair, is your grandmother. She's dressed neatly, her hair combed, maybe even holding a cigarette. You say good morning, your mom offers her some food, and your dad greets her as if nothing is unusual. Except, she died years ago. Creepy? Terrifying? Unbelievable? Well, not if you're Toraja. Because in this remote part of Indonesia, this is just life. Welcome to the world of the Toraja people, where death isn't the end. Where funerals are bigger than weddings, where the dead live alongside the living, and where every few years, families actually dig up their ancestors, dress them in fresh clothes, and take them for a walk. Yeah, a walk. Today, we're diving deep into one of the strangest, most fascinating cultures on Earth. Buckle up, because by the end of this video, you might just start questioning everything you thought you knew about life and death. The Toraja live in the highlands of Sulawesi, one of Indonesia's biggest islands. Surrounded by misty mountains and lush green valleys, their villages look almost like something out of a fantasy movie. Their traditional houses, called tangkonan, have huge boat-shaped roofs that curve up toward the sky. The Toraja are mostly farmers, planting rice, raising pigs, and especially water buffalo. Buffalo aren't just animals here, they are symbols of wealth, status, and spiritual power. Remember that, because buffalo are going to come back into this story in a big way. Despite living in the 21st century, with smartphones and motorcycles and internet cafes, the Toraja still hold on to traditions that go back hundreds of years. And at the center of it all is their completely unique view of death. In most of the world, death is a moment. A doctor checks the pulse, declares the time, and that's it. You're either alive, or you're gone. Funeral within a few days, burial, maybe cremation. Done. But for the Toraja, not even close. Here, death is not a moment, it's a long process. A journey, something that can stretch out over months, even years. So, when someone dies in Toraja culture, their family doesn't say, he's dead. Nope, they say, Tumakua, which means, he's sick. And if you're thinking, wait, how sick are we talking? Like, dead sick? Yes, exactly. The body is carefully preserved, usually with formaldehyde or traditional herbs. And then, it stays inside the family's home. Not for a night, not for a week, but sometimes for years. Imagine sleeping in your room, knowing that in the next room, your deceased grandfather is lying there, dressed, cared for, even talked to as if he's still alive. Sounds insane, right? But to the Toraja, it's not strange at all. It's just respect, love, continuity. Now, let's get specific. How do you actually live with a dead person in your house? Well, the Toraja treat them like they're still around. Every morning, someone greets them. Meals are prepared and sometimes symbolically offered to them. Visitors to the house may even stop by, say a few words, maybe bow their head, just like they would if the person was alive. And get this, when children grow up in these homes, they don't see it as frightening. To them, it's normal. Grandma sitting in the corner? That's just grandma. She might smell a little funny, but she's still part of the family. There's a story of one Toraja father who kept his son's body in the house for over 12 years. 12 years, he said it gave him comfort. That even though his son was gone, he could still feel close to him, still see him, still talk to him. Creepy, or beautiful? You decide. But eventually, the family has to face the next stage, the funeral. And when I say funeral, don't think of black clothes and quiet sobbing. Think of a festival, think of a concert, think of the Super Bowl of funerals. In Toraja culture, the funeral is the most important event of a person's life and death. It's so big, families sometimes save money for decades to prepare. Some even go into debt. Because a proper Toraja funeral isn't just about honoring the dead, it's about showing the community your family's respect, wealth, and power. So what actually happens? First, guests come from far and wide. We're talking hundreds, sometimes thousands of people. Temporary structures are built to house them all. The village becomes a giant stage. There's music, there's dancing, there's food, and, most shockingly, there are sacrifices. Remember those buffalo I mentioned earlier? This is where they come in. The Toraja believe buffalo are vehicles that carry the soul to Puya, the land of the afterlife. So the more buffalo you sacrifice, the smoother and faster your loved one's journey will be. For a wealthy family, this could mean dozens, even hundreds of buffalo slaughtered during a single funeral. We're talking about millions of dollars worth of animals, all to help one soul reach the other side. But wait, you thought that was the end? Oh no, because the Toraja don't stop there. Every few years, families perform a ritual called manin, and this is where things get, let's just say, next level. During manin, graves are opened. The bodies of ancestors are carefully taken out. Families clean them, fix their hair, and dress them in brand new clothes. And then, yes, you heard me right, they walk them around. Imagine strolling down your street and bumping into your neighbor, who's holding hands with his dead grandfather. Or picture a child being introduced to a great-grandmother who died decades before he was even born. For the Toraja, this isn't morbid. It isn't horror. It's connection. It's love. It's saying, you're still one of us. You always will be. So the big question, why? Why go through all this? For the Toraja, death isn't a finish line. It's a journey, and until the rituals are complete, the soul hasn't fully crossed over. That means the deceased still needs care, still needs attention, still needs love. It's also about ancestors. In Toraja culture, ancestors are always present, always watching. By treating the dead with respect, families honor their lineage and strengthen their social ties. And yes, let's be honest, it's also about prestige. The bigger the funeral, the more animals sacrificed, the more people attend, the higher the family's status in the community. It's spiritual, but it's also social. Now let's flip the lens for a second. How do we in the modern West deal with death? We avoid it, we whisper about it, we hide it in hospitals, in funeral homes, behind closed doors. Cemeteries are quiet, often far from daily life. Death is something we pretend not to see. But for the Toraja, death is right there. In the house, in the living room, on the street, at the party. While we close our eyes, they keep theirs wide open. While we turn away, they embrace. And that contrast? That's why their culture fascinates us so much. Because it forces us to ask, are we the normal ones, or are they? What the Toraja remind us is that love doesn't end when the heartbeat stops. Respect doesn't vanish with the last breath. While much of the modern world hides death away, they keep it close, turning loss into presence and grief into connection. Their way of embracing both life and death challenges us to look at our own traditions with new eyes. What about you? Do you find this tradition fascinating, creepy, or maybe even beautiful? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed this journey into the world of the Toraja, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more stories from around the world.